Hi guys, Mark here and welcome to another video tip, and in today's tip we're going to talk about the real low high spinning chip shot that the pros get, and I get asked it all the time, how do I play that chip shot that really spins like the pros do on tour? You know, it's that first bounce, it lands on the green, it really checks up and then it just softly releases. How do I play it, Mark? Well, the first thing that you've got to look at is equipment. Now if you're using equipment which is a bit out of date, it's an old wedge where the grooves aren't, you know, very sharp. You get a lot of these wedges now where the grooves are nice and sharp and the faces are milled. I use a tightly spokey wedge where the face is all milled as well, so that helps create some spin. So you've got to make sure that your wedges are kind of current and up to date. Make sure you take enough loft as well. You know, if you're trying to hit these little low spinny chips with a pitching wedge, you haven't got enough loft to create the speed, and that will kind of come into detail a little bit in a second when we chat a little bit further about creating club head speed to create the spin. So the less loft you take, the softer you hit it because it hasn't got much loft, and therefore you don't create the spin. So therefore I use a 60-degree wedge around the greens when I'm playing these little high spinning check shots. So 60-degree wedge, grooves are nice and clean, it's a current wedge. The ball that you use as well is important. So if you're using like a pinnacle, or you're using like a distance ball, Strickson distance ball, you're not going to create a spin around the green. So like a Titleist Pro V1 or a TaylorMade TP5, great balls to use. Any kind of like soft high spinning balls, great to use because that will help you create a spin on the ball as well. So that's the equipment side of things. From a technique point of view, what you've got to start to create and do is you don't want to be in a position where you've got your normal shaft angle when you're doing this shot, because if you're using, say, like normal shaft angle where the toe of the club is up in the air a little bit, that's where the sole of the club can dig into the ground a little bit, and that's where you catch your sort of a little bit heavy chip shots, which isn't going to create a spin. So what you've got to do is you've got to do the reverse. You've got to go, right, I'm going to lift the heel of the club out of the ground a little bit, I'm going to let the toe of the club rest on the floor, so I've got minimal sole contact with the ground, so that's going to be easy for me to slide the sole of the club, bruise the turf underneath the ball, and that's going to help me create, you know, a fast moving club head, and I'm not going to be in danger of hitting it heavy or fat. I'm just going to be able to slide that right underneath the golf ball, and that's going to help me create a spin on the golf ball as well. So shaft angle upright, that's important. Ball position, just keep it pretty much central. I actually like the left foot back a little bit for this shot, so you're almost moving the toe line of that left foot, say an inch or two behind the toe line of the right foot. So if I just come around to camera, you're going to be about this position. Try and keep your weight, say 60% on that left side. And now from a swing technique, all you're looking for is a short arm and hand swing, but a long club head swing. So my arms and my hands are only travelling to here, but the club head is travelling up to here. And then from there you can start to really let the club head overtake the hands as you're coming down, and that starts to create a spin. So the faster you get the club head moving under the ball, the more spin you generate on the golf ball. The slower the club head is moving through the ball, the less backspin you create on the ball. So me making this long club head swing, short arm swing, I'm able to then generate a lot of speed through the bottom of the swing. That's also going to help me hit it sort of, you know, fairly low off the club face, but that's going to give me that real low, high spinning chip shot. So that's how the pros play it. They're not trying to play it with the shaft angle forward and going this way. They're really letting the club head overtake their hands this way. And that does generate so much spin on the ball. So you've got to use a more lofty club around the green, which is a current wedge, a high spinning ball, work on that technique. So make sure you get the shaft angle up into that stance to about here, and then get that club head really gliding fast underneath the golf ball. There you go. So that's a nice little low, and that will spin. I mean, these are range balls, so that you're not going to see this spin on these, and you know, hitting onto sort of a ranger, you're not going to see the ball react. But I will do a video on this out on the golf course just to show you the ball kind of checking on the greens. So guys, make sure you get a decent wedge, plenty of loft, high quality premium golf ball. Work on that technique, being this way, not down here with the shaft, be up with it. From there, short arm and hand swing, get the club really overtaking the hands, if you like, as you're coming through. That's such an important thing to do. That's going to generate some spin. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this little video tip, guys. Don't forget to post the comments below. Don't forget to thumbs up the video, and also don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. I really enjoyed making these videos for you, and I look forward to seeing you next time.